Ain't did a quick five in a minute. We about to do a quick five talking about Oscar Valdez taking on Scott Quigg for WBO featherweight title that Valdez holds. And people who've been listening to me for a while, especially when Valdez beat Moraga, know I'm a big Oscar Valdez fan, big supporter of his, love his style, love everything he brings to the ring. But I don't give a hell about this fight. I don't give two fucks in a damn about this fight. Don't care. It's not because of Valdez. You know, it's more the fact that the featherweight division is... People talk about the welterweight division, you know what I'm saying? They say something about the welterweight division. Oh, they didn't fight each other. Man, the featherweight division has had guys that have legitimately ran from fighters known as Rigondeaux to avoid fighting him to move up to a division to duck each other as well. You know, you have Mares run from Rigondeaux in that division. You had Leo Santa Cruz run from Rigondeaux. You had Scott Quigg run from Rigondeaux. You had Carl Frampton run from Rigondeaux. So all these dudes running from Rigondeaux. You know what I'm saying? And then not only do they run from Rigondeaux, they move up to featherweight, okay? And they don't fight each other. And the only reason Leo Santa Cruz fought Carl Frampton, now, remember Carl Frampton had his USA debut on NBC and he hit the canvas a couple times. I believe that's the only reason Leo Santa Cruz got brave enough to face Carl Frampton, because he's seen that he was very vulnerable to the chin. And, you know, maybe, Frampton had an off night coming over to America for the first time, I believe. And then he whooped on him. But like an idiot, Frampton gave him a rematch. He lost. He fought stupid. And then, you know, King Duck, Leo Santa Cruz, you know, former King Duck. We got a new King Duck we did yesterday. The all Duck team and the new King Duck. But then he didn't want to return the favor, you know. So my not having any interest in this fight, it's really not have to do with Valdez. And Valdez can suffer. You know, I don't want him to suffer, but he's suffering in this situation because until Lee Selby, until Gary Russell, until the Santa Cruz, Frampton, Mares, Quigg, till these guys stop, you know, dancing around each other in circles and really throw them hands and start fighting each other, I can give a damn about the featherweight division. That division is dead to me, B. You know, any featherweight that looked at me the wrong way, B. Any featherweight that wasted my viewership watching them fighting bum-ass fighters, they did, B. They did, B. For all my movie buffs, y'all know what it is. But yeah, I don't give a shit about this fight. You know, fuck Scott Quigg, you know, and fuck the rest of the real Rigondeaux Duck crew, man. And fuck Gary Russell, too. It's once in a lifetime fighting ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, Lee Selby is my guy, but at the end of the day, it's time for him to jump in the goddamn pool and be baptized and fight Frampton or something. That dude legitimately got a lot of skill. He's very smooth in his attack. And it's time for him to stop taking the training wheels off as well. You know, we beat Josh Warrington. He should. I think that's the guy's name. I ain't never seen the dude fight. You know, Warrington, whatever the dude's name he's fighting, you know. But I hear he should be favored in that fight, you know. But until them guys start throwing bows and fighting each other, I can give a hell less about the featherweight division. That's one of the most, you know, a bunch of punani divisions ever. They're a bunch of midget pussies in that division. And I know I got raw real quick, but it's true. It's true. They don't fight each other. All they do is keep fighting tune-ups and bums. Who wants to see Santa Cruz versus Mares? It was a good fight the first time. Who gives a flying fuck? Don't you rather see, you know, Santa Cruz taking on Gary Russell, Santa Cruz taking on Frampton at least for a third time for a rubber match, Cruz versus Russell, Russell versus Frampton, Quigg versus Mares? You rather see shit like that. Lee Selby versus, you know, Oscar Valdez and JoJo Diaz. You rather see those dudes really clash and fight, you know? And they don't fight each other. So I don't give a shit what's going on in the division, because it's a waste of your time watching the division when the best aren't willing to fight the best in the division. You know, so you wasting your goddamn time giving them your viewership. They won't get my viewership. It ain't because it's an ESPN, it's a Top Rank, a Al Heyman, a Don King, a Eddie Hearn thing. It ain't none of that. It's the fact that division is a bunch of bitches, man. I said it. They act like a bunch of broads with skirts on and heels on and getting pimped by Al Heyman and getting pimped by Leo Santa Cruz. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the featherweight division, man. Real talk. I don't have no love for that division. And it's all monopolized by one guy, Al Heyman, and he's not putting his horses in the stable with each other. So at the end of the day, they can miss me with it. I don't care about it. You won't catch me doing the prediction video on it, or after fight, aftermath, breakdown, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's dead. Every featherweight fight until they unify with champions will give a big fight at that division for that matters, because Mares and Cruz, fuck that fight. Cruz need to be fighting, you know, Valdez. He need to be fighting Russell, Selby, Frampton, and guys like that. Until they start fighting each other, I don't give a shit about that division. I won't cover that division. I don't give a flying fuck. Now, JoJo Diaz, Gary Russell, that's a solid fight. But other than that, man, nah, no way, Jose. We gone.